What up, party crew? It's Brian and Aaron with video number 3 from our 13 video series called Behind the Song. We're gonna be going deep on Ain't Nobody Else right now, so let's do it.
I love it when you look my way. I love it when you play your games. Ooh, I love it when you say my name. I want you, baby. I love it when you move my way. You never have to go away. Ooh.
So, Ain't Nobody Else was actually one of the first songs that we wrote for the preface. It really was a transformational writing process because it helped us go from where we were as writers to where we are now. So let's dive into it.
So, as we've mentioned in previous videos, we were in an artist development deal all throughout 2018. What that involved was creating tracks, trying to produce tracks, write songs, send them out to LA for consultation and feedback to try to find 5 or 6, 2 or 3, 3 or 4, even one song that was good enough to get us an audience with a record label. So that was a journey we were on. And this song was birthed in that first batch of tracks. And Aaron created it. Again, we were in this pattern of Aaron creating tracks, I create a track, then we come together during the day, create a track together. So we're trying to create 2 tracks out every day. This was one of his efforts, kind of like Invited was, and immediately heard it, loved the groove, thought, wow, we were onto something here. So I'll let Aaron kind of take you behind that process.
So, really, it's... So in the past, it's been fairly easy for us to produce slower songs. It's kind of slower grooves. So I know especially within the last year, couple of years or so, we've been trying to push ourselves to write faster grooves, faster music. This was one of my attempts at that. As you'll hear, it doesn't, I mean, the basic form is there, but it sounds a lot less developed than what happened later on the record. So started out with this, it's the Arturia Wurlitzer. This was the basic thing here.
Hey. Kind of had an MJ 80s vibe to it. Like early 80s, like.
Right. And so then to kind of pick up the groove, I added this section. So add the claps in, but then this slap bass here. Which by itself sounds completely unremarkable. But it just kind of added that bouncy element, something funky. Mm-hmm. I think I've been listening to a lot of Daft Band, not, what are they called? Freak.
Daft Jam.
No.
Gap Punk.
Gap Band.
No, Gap Band?
It was Gap Band.
Are you talking Daft Punk?
No, I was talking about Gap Band and Daft Punk. A lot of like 70s funk. And so I just wanted to do something with slap bass. So that's what happened. And then in the chorus, just wanted to make it pop a little bit more. I think 24 Karat Magic had come out recently.
Yeah. And
was just kind of into that sound. It was just kind of the sound of the moment. And this is what happened. So
the original working title on this one was called Magic.
Yeah.
And so there was an original chorus. We had I never said that you were perfect. That was always there. That was always the lead in line for verse 1. Mm-hmm. But the chorus was different. Why don't we sing it for him?
I'll sing it for him, my bro. It was Magic, straight Magic.
Yeah.
So glad.
Yeah, it's like
I can't remember. Magic, straight Magic. So classic. I think it was fantastic. Fantastic. So classic.
Whatever it was, we're glad it's not that anymore.
Yeah. So very much, I could hear like the Gap Band doing that back in the day.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So that was pretty much it. We sent this off to our artist development consultant, and basically the response was, yeah, that's pretty cool, but it doesn't sound like anything great. Which is true, like it's just a demo.
But he heard potential enough that it gave us hope. And so at that point, we were trying to get to a level where we could start working with more professional producers and writers to help us go to the next level. And this one, we felt, okay, this is good enough. And so Brandon Mashburn, who we were working with here in Branson, connected us with a professional writer. This is our first time working with a professional songwriter, who drove down from about 45 minutes down the road, and we sat in the Mansion studio with Jake Turner. Great guy. He wore sunglasses the entire writing session just so he could feel the vibe, and it's become a really good friend. He's a really dope guy, and he felt like he listened to the track on his way down, had some ideas he came in with, and he just felt like the chorus melody just needed to move faster, be more rhythmic, and that really did begin to create a pocket. So I love it when you look my way, I love it when you play your... I mean, he came up with that.
And he also had the pre-chorus.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. And again, this was just great education for us because he'd been down the road with a record deal and everything. He knew what he was talking about, and it really helped us a lot. So this was one of the very first songs that we wrote in the entire process.
Yeah.
We finished writing it, demoed it out, sent it off to LA, liked it better. It was still unremarkable, but it was better. It had potential. We liked it. We thought it did have more potential maybe than what they thought. And so we started working with Austin on it. And once Austin got a hold of it, it just took it to a new level. He was able to put just a whole new modern vibe on it, keep the core, but really essentially make it sound like a modern Bruno record.
because Bruno's so old.
Yeah. Another thing that was interesting was the vocals that we recorded for the demo were right on point. Sounded great. The energy was wonderful. But we did it in a room that wasn't acoustically treated, and so they sounded really tinny. And so we couldn't use them, so we had to re-record the vocals, which was fine. But there's some really good things. All in all, this was just a great learning song and kind of took us to a new level. So kind of for us, like the takeaway was when the going gets a little bit tougher, don't be afraid to get help. We reached out to Jake, and Jake, we were humble enough to learn from him, realizing, hey, he's got a lot more experience than we do, and he really helped us. And we ended up writing a couple more songs for the album with him. So that's it.
So this has been video number 3 of our Behind the Song video series, talking about our awesome song, Ain't Nobody Else. We hope you've enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to our email list for exclusive offers and other behind the scenes footage that's only available to our email subscribers. And we'll see you on the next video. Peace.
I love it when you look my way. I love it when you play your games. Oh, I love it when you say my name. I want